Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. Welcome to my channel. Are you ready? You're looking around going, something's not right. Why are things so difficult on this planet? There has to be something more. I know there is. I may even know what it is, but why am I not getting to that place? And am I really doing the right things for myself to live this awesome life? Because it's going to be different for each of you. Somebody, gosh, I wish you'll know who you are. Somebody put a comment and said that there are endless worlds, earths. No two people have the exact same earth. My experience is going to be different than anybody else because there is no other person in the universe in this role exactly like I am, and the same goes for you. I had you in an exercise, walk outside and look into the sky at night, not just to see the stars, but to realize that black space you're looking into is infinity. And you are standing in the middle of it, floating around. We're not even in the middle, there's no middle. Floating around in dark superintelligence, because that's not empty space. And you are floating around on a little speck at 30,000 miles an hour. What the heck is it? And you look out and you realize, oh my gosh, that blackness that this entire planet is floating around it is infinity. And it's sometimes can be a little scary because it's so overwhelming. And we block that out because it's so beyond our comprehension. Be okay with that. I'm going to do exercise with you right now because we're going to continue in 2019 and beyond to start to work on practices. And before we were going through all kinds of shifts, I don't feel like we have to go into that space anymore. You're either on that path of awakening or you just don't want to. You don't desire to do it. And you're going to stay in the third dimension. That's okay. You're probably not on my channel. If you're on my channel, you're awakening. Don't question that. Even those of you who find yourself making snide or nasty comments, that's still the residual ego wanting to judge others and have everybody talk the way you do or think the way you do. And so it's great because it's really a reflection back on you to help you to look at what you're still doing that makes absolutely no sense at all. We're looking out into the cosmos and we're worried about how somebody acts or thinks, or because we don't respect that there are endless probabilities and worlds, and you get to pick yours. And nobody else has to think or act the way you do. Be okay with that. So let's do an exercise right now. I'm going to say something. I want you to sit with this. Relax. Try to clear your mind. If you don't, that's okay too. I want you to really sit with what I'm going to say and be totally aware of just your feelings. And if there are thoughts, that's okay too. But focus on the feelings and how what I'm saying makes you feel. All right, you ready? The world and humanity is shifting into a higher, more peaceful, abundant, joyful place. All right, so how did you feel when I said that? What were the feelings going through? Now, there's no black and white, there's a little gray, there's no any one thing here, but I'm going to just talk about some things you may have felt. If your initial feeling was unrest and that wasn't true, and that you want it, but you don't believe that, you're still in that place of denial of you being able to create your own world, your own reality. This is what I teach in my e-course. I teach you how to do that. All right, guys interested? Click here, go in, you get a big discount. This is free. Go in and check it out. I train you on how that works and how you can get there. Now, if you went in and you went, oh, yes, it is, and you really believe that, congratulations. You're shifting into that. If you're somewhere in here, you're thinking, I don't know how, I want that, but I'm just not feeling it, and there's so much turmoil in my own life or whatever, then you're still in the ego, worried about you and what you're getting, and not understanding that this big picture, that when you go out in the probabilities and you connect to this endless cosmos, all of these things you're experiencing will dissolve. You're no longer focused on them. Quantum physics. Well, my bills aren't going to go away. No, there's cause and effect. You'll find a way. You'll start to take the action instead of doing whatever you've been doing that's not working. And you'll start to make it happen. You'll stop wanting to sit on your butt and, manifest things while everybody else pays your bills or does things. I hear that a lot. Why should I have to? You should pay, whatever. That is not a giving, abundant, expansive world. That's somebody who's avoiding going out and living their lives, taking responsibility and understanding the beauty and expansion in that. And we've all been through some really tough stuff. I worked 2 jobs for a long period of time when I was younger. I loved it. It felt really good. I was exhausted. I worked for a landscaper, administrative during the daytime, and at night I'd go straight into the restaurant. I was a horrible waitress. I was a horrible waitress. But you know what? I learned a lot about myself, and it felt good to take responsibility. And I felt that I was in control when I was doing that. So many of you are not feeling like you're in control because you're really not taking the action to change the existing patterns. Because you can shift into another reality. You can shift into that new world. My friend said, all of us live in a completely different earth. So when I say that statement, I'm feeling, yes, we have shifted. And now I did a video called The Shift. And so if you haven't seen that, you can search for it about our shift, the going into the shift. And asking you, basically, are you going into the shift and what that means? Because we went through a lot of things since 2012, really earlier than that, but 2012, it was really an ending of a lot of things that don't work anymore on this planet. And it doesn't always happen overnight. It's an evolution. There's a lot of different souls here working on different things with different agendas. So we all have to evolve, and our duty is to raise this frequency, and that isn't about whether you get a job or not. So a lot of you don't want to hear that because you want the job, you'll get the job. So that's where the reverse thinking is. I have to work on this first and then I'll be happy. No. Happiness comes from in. I did a video with 2 people, Mountain Rain and Josh. Was it Josh? Maybe it wasn't Josh. Maybe Mountain Rain and somebody else. Sorry if I screwed that up. I know Mountain Rain was one of them because Mountain Rain was losing everything. A business, a family business, relatives. The house is probably going to go down. And absolutely went into an awakened state. Why? What else? Where else can you go? It's just when we're hanging on to all of that and it's not working and we think we can control it and we aren't. That's the opposite of how to create and go to a higher frequency. Release and letting that go allows beautiful things to come in. And as I talked to you about what do you do for a living. Wow, so many of you, it's just not resonating, or you know what your company is doing is wrong, and you're participating in that. We have to be responsible. You can't tell me I don't have the money. Then that's another excuse of the human psyche that says we're going to just keep going down this road and letting the higher ups control us. Because they make money off of us eating crap and getting sick and fighting for things amongst ourselves and not taking our own power and realizing we don't need them, but that we are one. And that they're a very important part of that. How are you feeling? So I feel that this earth, this planet has shifted in a big way. I felt it last 2018 fall. I felt it very strongly. I felt like I was not on the same planet. I feel like in 2019 there is a big breakthrough. I think we've been on a little bit of a roller coaster, but not what we were before. I feel like the physical symptoms and all the things we were feeling to shift our DNA, and which is changing. Fact, by the way, scientific. DNA is changing. What is that? It's expanding. We're ready for it. It's been sitting there waiting. There's no junk DNA. How can you have something that doesn't work? Of course it does. We weren't ready for it. And now we're spiritually going into that space where it's activating. And you're going to feel some physical symptoms, but I'm not hearing that as much from you. I feel like we're moving past that. And just making some adjustments now. So, if you're not feeling good about the idea or the statement that this planet is a joyful, beautiful place and that it is going into a fourth dimension, that that we are a loving, caring place. If you don't feel that, no matter what's going on out there, because we're pulling out of it. There's going to be some residual, just horrible stuff going on. Again, please try not to judge that. Can we accept the fact that we all came here to experience certain things, and some of it's really ugly? You don't know what that person did in a last lifetime. The very thing they're experiencing, they may have inflicted on somebody else. And they now are having to experience exactly what they did to others to truly understand what that was like as a human. Because we can't experience that the same way when we're light beings. So go in your feelings and ask yourself, why are you not feeling that this is a happy place? What are you exposing yourself to, and what are you thinking that is really changing your mind about that, or blocking you from believing that that is happening? Because I'm seeing it happen. And if you read my comments, you're going to hear some unbelievable stuff. And it's really getting amazing. I'm really seeing completely different comments. People actually having breakthroughs, not asking as much for advice. I love that. I love keep going, keep asking. But I'm seeing more people saying, "Oh my gosh, this makes sense," and I had this breakthrough, and then this and that happened. People on my e-course are writing me, "Oh my gosh," right in the beginning, telling me that they've had massive breakthroughs and that all of a sudden things look lighter. And they're feeling better, and they know that the things that they desire are going to happen. They stop worrying about it, and then they keep working on this, creating that new earth for themselves, where everything's going to fall into place, and they're okay with that. They become a peaceful person. They go into that place of peace. Because all this other stuff, they stop micromanaging it with their ego. By the way, I know you guys love Hacker T, so I'm going to have to sit him in this chair so I can bring him out all the time. Everybody loves Hacker T playing the ego. He's pretty cute. And the ego, as I shared with you, is our friend. We've trained it. But we're not going to use him anymore. He's going to be our companion that behaves. Not running around, pooping and peeing and growling and barking and biting. And then biting everybody who comes in and barking at them. No, not allowed, not allowed. He's going to behave, he's going to be happy, he's going to be a happy puppy. Because we trained the ego to be threatened, to attack, and protect us as an individual. And that's gone. We're not individuals, we never were. So ask yourself how you feel. And you can replay this video and go back and sit with it. Say, do I feel restless, or do I feel like that's just not true? Or do I feel like I want that, but my life is in turmoil? So you're relating your own issues with the fact that the planet is raising its frequency. It is. Congratulations, you're a part of that. All right, so listen to your heart, feel your intuition, shut down all the garbage. Stop eating the garbage. Stop speaking the garbage. Right? Garbage in, garbage out. Let's go to that peaceful place. Let's be the peace. Let's be the love. Let's see one another as one beautiful energy, no matter how irritating that might be. If you can forgive your worst enemy, you are going into the ultimate place of peace. And isn't that what Christ did? So if you're sitting there blaming people and saying, but what about them, then I'm going to ask you, if you're a Christian, and I don't want to go into religion, but if you're a Christian or any other religion, anything else, isn't forgiveness the ultimate thing to do? That's true love and peace. Anything else. He without sin cast the first stone. Not go see me doing it. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.